member there, the Viking part.
Has anybody read this book called Ishmael?
I have not read Ishmael.
I just finished it a couple weeks ago.
What did you think of Ishmael?
Oh, it's incredible. It's really good.
I read a non-fiction book by the same guy.
Oh, really?
Sort of explaining his terms in a non-fiction format.
Mm-hmm.
He used his terms oddly. His definition of civilization is not what I consider the mainstream definition of civilization.
Right.
He's basically one of the big anti-civilization guys. I forget his name. What is his name?
I don't know, to be honest. I just read the book.
Okay.
I can't remember. Sorry.
Well,
I'm bad with authors' names too.
the audience probably knows.
It's a really good story. It's about a conversation with a silverback gorilla.
Right.
That
I
can
remember
talk.
Which would be fun in it.
I'm not sure the gorilla actually moves his mouth, or I think it's just like telepathy, but they hold a communication. It's good. It's interesting. It's definitely interesting.
What's gorillas?
Ishmael.
Ishmael. What's Ishmael?
It's a story about a silverback gorilla.
And it was
that's
gorillas.
civilized, huh?
And it was gorillas.
And he puts an ad in the paper. I can't remember, something about saving the world. And so this guy responds, and it turns out he goes to meet the person that put the ad in that's asking for someone to help him save the world. And the person that put the ad in is a silverback gorilla that lives in an apartment.
Yeah.
I think
In New York?
I think it might be New York, I'm not sure.
everybody lives in New York. I think it's Daniel Quinn. I think that's the guy.
Yeah, I think that's right
Daniel
too.
Quinn.
Or Aiden Quinn? No, Aiden
No,
Quinn's an actor.
Yeah,
He's an
Daniel,
actor.
Daniel Quinn.
Daniel Quinn.
I served Aiden Quinn a beer once, many years ago, at a bar in downtown Asheville.
Really?
Yeah, it was after
Aiden?
it was the wrap party for the movie Songcatcher or something like that. I was working at a bar as a bartender at the time, so served Aiden Quinn a beer.
Very good.
I spent that entire night not recognizing him.
Yeah, actually, she was the waitress there. I was the bartender. Wasn't that sweet? We've worked
I
restaurant
like
jobs
to wait
together.
on people and pretend I have no clue as to who they are.
We need this room is live.
Well, people actors and actresses that come here can be kind of weird.
They come here.
Sometimes.
Like nobody else that comes here
Well,
can be
sometimes
weird.
they just do not want to be acknowledged. They just want to have their anonymity. And the worst thing you can do for them, I think, is just say, "Oh, yeah, you're such and such. I know who you are. Can I
they'd
have your
love me.
autograph?" You know, like we were taught when we were kids with little autograph books. They don't want that. Some of the people, I mean, I know for a fact because I encountered a situation with an actress. And no, it was not Andie MacDowell. It was another actress. And, she was. I think she was very upset that I.
Was Annie McDowell? Nobody in Asheville even recognizes Annie McDowell, do they?
I've
They just
never,
think she,
ever-
I mean, they see her at the grocery store all the time, and they're just like, "That's that woman at the grocery store."
I don't think I
Right.
ever.
I recognize her.
Really?
So I saw it.
I saw her in a movie one time, and I think, God, she looks like that woman at the grocery store.
Saw her in Green Life once in the past 6 months or
Yeah.
something like
I
that.
never
Yeah,
have.
at the grocery store, exactly. You
I'm
see-
seriously considering
Good
haunting.
Andie MacDowell story right here.
Okay.
What happened?
Well, I was working at the double-decker bus, slinging coffee at the time. And she came in and ordered, a low-fat latte or whatever she wanted. And then when it came time to pay, she was like, "Oh my gosh, I've left my wallet at home."
And did you,
I'm
did you
sorry.
look at her and say, "Oh, you must be a dizzy B word"? Did you say that?
No, I said, "Are you okay?"
That's not.
Do you want to go get it?
Stop.
I want to say, do you want to go get it or
Yeah,
what?
and I was like, "Oh, that's okay. I'll drink this." And then some guy behind her in line is like, "I'll pay for Miss McDowell. I'll pay for." But I was ready to drink her latte instead of getting it
Yeah, I guess.
for free.
I'm seriously considering haunting Montford just so I can catch a sight of Harry Anderson.
Who's that?
He was the Judge Harold T. Stone on Night Court.
Oh, God, that's so funny you said that because when John Larroquette was the lawyer, he was here shooting Richie Rich. And when he was here, I waited on him 3 of the 4 times he came in our convenience store.
Really?
It was an Amico that was over on Charlotte Street. I used to live there part-time. And he was so nice. I mean, he was really friendly, really whatever. I mean, he was just totally, nice. I mean, he was very nice. And the last day he came in, he wrote with a credit card. And so we sent it to the office, and they blacked out his credit card number and everything, and then they sent everybody back a copy of it so they could have his autograph.
He's one of the actors that's known for playing real jerks on TV, too. Oftentimes I hear the dichotomy is that the people who oftentimes get typecasted as the villains are sometimes the
Right.
nicest people in Hollywood, in fact.
Well, he seems to be stereotyped as a lawyer. I
Yeah.
think he's back on Boston Legal now
Yeah.
as a lawyer again or something. So
That's very interesting because he also played Boston Legal's a spin-off of another show, The Practice.
Okay.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I just think of Boston Legal as, like William Shatner and a whole bunch of other actors who...
Technically, it is a spin-off. So in that universe, John Larroquette also played a homicidal maniac.
Wow.
So I'm just wondering if he's playing the same character.
well, you
don't
know,
know.
the strongest role I have ever seen Andy McDowell play, and it was just a cameo impromptu thing. It was some series that was on TV, and she was on there, and whatever it was, she was mad at somebody, and she tied somebody up, and she had a cannon in front of them. Do you remember?
That's The Practice.
That was the strongest role I have ever seen her. I mean, she was so strong in that
Oh,
role.
well, talk about a cameo. Did you see Pee Wee Herman in the Cheech and Chong movie? I think he was in 2 Cheech and Chong movies, but he was in one. He played the guy that worked the front desk at the hotel, and he calls the cops on him because he won't pay his bill or something, and he's talking to the cops on the phone trying to come and get him. He says he's a terrorist. He says, I think he's Iranian. Speaking of which, he's working on a new movie. I know because a friend of mine is down there working on the movie, and he tells me he has lunch every day with Pee Wee Herman.
I mean, is it an actual Pee Wee Herman movie?
It's not a Pee Wee Herman
Okay.
movie. No, he's in it, and I think he's the best in movies he's just in. He's better than his own movies anyway. And so I didn't think he'd been in anything for 10 years or something.
Well, Paul
like to
Rubens,
make-
which is his real name, he
Say it
can
again,
Paul Rubens.
Yes, that's
he
his
can
name.
he can play a role in which you don't even recognize him because you're so
right.
used to Pee Wee Herman.
Maybe.
He grows every
Oh, well,
he doesn't
okay,
shave for a while, grows his hair out,
Well,
and gets
that's what
real
he told me. He
scuzzy.
says it's a Paul. He said he's been eating lunch with Paul Rubens, and I'm
Yeah.
like, who is that? And he
Pee Wee Herman.
He said Pee Wee Herman, and you're eating lunch with Pee Wee Herman.
You ate lunch with people?
No, Randy Freeman, my buddy Randy Freeman eats lunch with Pee Wee Herman. He goes,
He lives here?
who?
Pee Wee
Randy
Herman.
Freeman.
No, Randy Freeman lives here, but they're both working on a movie in South Carolina.
Oh.
So,
I liked Paul Rubens in Mystery Men. I thought he was pretty
is
good.
what?
Mystery
Mystery
Man.
Mystery Men. That is
Mystery Men.
that is one of those movies that I
what-
haven't seen officially labeled a cult movie, though it bloody well should be.
Well, I haven't even heard of it. Mystery Men. I want to hear about it.
Late '90s superhero spoof. I love it. One of my favorite movies.
What does he play?
He plays a superhero type guy
Really?
whose powers are farting.
His name is the Spleen, I believe is.
That's
Wait,
Wow.
what movie was
His
this?
code name
Mystery
is
Man.
the Spleen.
Oh.
Jeffrey Rush plays the villain in this.
Yes.
And Jeffrey Rush was great.
See, and I got no idea who that is either. See, I don't recognize actors' names and stuff.
Okay,
I don't
Captain
always.
Barbosa from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh yes.
That's Jeffrey Rush.
Yeah,
Okay.
and this was before Pirates of the Caribbean. This is like
All right.
late '90s ensemble cast, and I absolutely loved the movie. I don't even know how many times I've seen it.
Well,
But
while
you
we're
know-
talking about it, did anybody else love Pirates of the Caribbean? I thought it was. I loved it.
Loved the first one.
First one was great.
The first one
was great.
particularly was a Disney movie to its pinnacle. It had. I mean, as a kid who grew up loving pirates,
Oh,
it
yeah.
had everything, everything that a pirate movie should have. This one movie had it all. It was great, and it had Johnny Depp
Yep.
as the crazy pirate. It was great.
I think I've been thinking about
You know
why
what?
I was
I
so.
didn't see it.
Oh, it's
Oh.
a great movie.
I don't watch Johnny Depp anymore.
No,
No.
Well, what's
how
that
come
about?
you don't like him anymore?
I used to love Johnny Depp.
And
I used to
then-
think he
and
was
then
the
he was in
coolest
some
thing.
movie you hated.
And Benny and June, he was great. And Edward Scissorhands, he was great. Or whatever. And then something happened. I mean, he was in a movie called Time to Kill. No, was that something? And then all of a sudden something shifted in my relationship with him, and he moved. I don't know what it was, but
Oh, well, see, I didn't know you had a relationship.
yeah, well, there's always a
Relationships are that way.
relationship with your favorite actors and actresses on the screen. You know, I mean,
Whether they know it or not.
you have one with Julia Roberts,
I'm
whether
stalking all
you know
of
any of your
Whether
favorite.
they know you or
They
not.
influence you. You know what I mean?
I would think
Well, check out Pirates of the Caribbean.
Is
You
that
may
good?
you may come back. You may
Great movie,
You
which-
may make up with Johnny.
Incidentally, they
Maybe.
did a few. Treasure Island is the one everybody knows about is Long John Silver, but they actually did a few Long John Silver sequel type movies that were pretty bad. But there is one in which you watch this and you realize part of the plot of this movie was part of the plot of Pirates of the Caribbean.
really.
Completely.
Like Long
They
John
lifted it.
Silver gets drafted by the governor to rescue his kidnapped daughter named Elizabeth.
Oh,
I swear to God.
And they're looking for a gold coin. I mean,
Yeah.
it's very
That's Pirates.
apart
no, what's
from
this one?
the ghostly pirates. It's very very.
well, you know what they say.
There's nothing new under the sun.
No, bad artists plagiarize. Good artists steal outright.
That's true. That's very true.
But I enjoyed each sequel less and less.
Try it half and half.
No, well, pretty
I don't
much
know if you
everybody
like- do you
feels
like it
that way.
But I've been thinking about why
I
that
do,
is.
I
I think
like
I've
cream,
just,
I
I think I've discerned the
like
reason. The
anything.
main
I
No, I
like
reason.
mean
butter
half and
too.
half from the two T's. Have you
Oh,
tried?
oh.
Yeah, you had one.
Curse of the
already.
Black Pearl was a pirate movie with magic elements.
It
Right.
was.
At World's End was a fantasy movie with pirate elements. It wasn't a pirate movie. Pirates were basically tinsel
Well-
thrown on this rather cheesy fantasy movie.
I agree in that they took each one, they
Did you
took
like
farther and
Yellowbeard?
farther trying to top the previous one.
Did you like
which
Yellowbeard?
They shouldn't really have bothered doing. I mean, you
I
know,
have a hard time
with Davy
remembering that
Jones's
one.
with Davy Jones's
What-
Sea Monster crew,
was-
they were
was that
obviously
Monty
trying to
Python
top
crew?
a ghost
Yeah.
skeleton
Right.
crew.
Right.
And I think that they tried too hard, as opposed to
I
just
don't
going
remember
with it.
much about that, except that I always like all Monty Python movies.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly a Monty Python. I don't think all of them worked on it,
Which
but a
one?
lot of them did.
Yellowbeard.
Yellowbeard.
Yellowbeard. Well, Yellowbeard. Love Yellowbeard.
I did too. I did too.
Good-
That
good
was my
movie.
last. That was the last good pirate movie I saw until Pirates
Of the Caribbean.
yeah.
Eric the
Black
Viking
Pearl.
is, when I saw that, I was amazed that early on they were addressing the concept of consensual reality in a movie. Eric the Viking was quite brilliant.
That
Smart.
wasn't exactly a pirate movie, but it had,
Yeah.
it had elements. I
It
I
had
suppose.
thought a Raider movie.
Seafaring, yeah, okay.
I said it had pirate elements.
It had pirate elements, yes.
I like Lord of the Rings.
That's a good movie.
Yeah,
That
I
was
like
fun.
that one a lot.
Not many pirates, but good
Except
movie.
in the last one, they really should have put in the wizard battle between Gandalf and Saruman and not given you 20 minutes of hobbits hugging at the end.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of
I'll go
complaints
for
from
that.
people that read the
Well,
book.
No, I know exactly how they should have ended the movie. Considering it was a movie, so it didn't have to be traditionally with the book in all respects. I know exactly how they should have ended the movie. They seen off Bilbo. Bilbo's just sailed off on his little elf boat. And all the other hobbits are turning sadly and going up the jetty back in the city. Just then, a cave troll, like the one from the first movie, starts barreling down the stairs. And all the hobbits, they go, draw their swords, and the Mortal Kombat fight music starts playing. They sort of fade out on that. That's how they should have ended the movie.
I thought that they should have had what was the Hobbit's name?
You should do
Was
it.
it
Frodo?
Frodo.
Well, that,
You should do
Okay,
an
they should have had
independent movie.
that also
Frodo's-
requires money.
Yes.
Sailing away sort of into the sunset or something like that, and he pulls it like a little string, which snaps the ring out of his pocket. And he goes,
That would have been fun too. That would have been good too.
It is hard.
So,
I liked when in the books they had to go back to the Shire. And
The scouring of the Shire, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
I like that part of it, where they thought that the people of the Shire were just gonna put up no resistance. And
this
then-
was the veteran war veteran hobbits
war
got back to the
veterans
Shire
coming
and
home
found
just
some
in time.
humans had moved in and taken over.
yeah.
And the humans were expecting the hobbits to be pushovers, and they were not
Under
expecting
Saruman's
yeah.
control.
Yeah, I mean, they were not expecting like 4 grizzled, hardcore war veteran hobbits to come back who just faced down the armies of hell. So what are a handful of humans?
Exactly.
I like that part of the book.
That is kind of entertaining.
I also liked well, a lot of it that wasn't actually, that didn't get translated over into the movie.
Evidently, they didn't do Tom Bombadil,
Exactly.
which is a big thing in the books.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Has anyone seen The Incredible Hulk yet?
No.
What comes
It's
out?
not out yet.
Oh, it's not out yet? Oh, okay.
I think it starts tomorrow.
Okay. The reviews are running about 60% in favor of it right now.
Okay.
Just Sex in the City?
No.
No.
There's a lot of sex.
Well, hey, all right.
Okay, tell us the truth. Is there more sex or more city?
It's because they don't have the restraints of national broadcasting or whatever. I never saw it on HBO, but they're in this much more graphic.
All
Yeah.
right.
I mean, there's real sex scenes in this one.
Well, I mean, I've seen some of the original Sex in the City, and quite honestly, some of Kim Cattrall's scenes were good. Yeah. It's just,
I'm not sure what the
hot in here.
appropriate acronym
That's
is,
why I'm
but
I
trying to
know.
open.
Yeah.
something
Well,
else.
how
The
does-
colorful.
Kim Cattrall.
Does this door automatically
Yes.
close or something? I don't know.
I don't know. No, I think that guy keeps coming.
the mothers I'd like
The
to
mystery guy from the front
yes.
of the office comes and shuts the door.
The next time somebody comes and when
I
they put their
know.
hand
No,
on
she's
the handle,
smoking hottie.
scream
I
at
hear
her, and I'll
that
try to
she's
sleep
like the
over
one that the
her.
rest of them don't get along with
And
too,
I saw
though.
you before
Yeah.
I came. I saw you on TV.
He's
You
that
said,
Kim
"Please leave the door
Cattrall."
open." I kept
Yeah.
looking at the TV and it's like, "Why try to leave the door open? Don't you understand?" I'm just.
I don't have to figure out the neuroses of Hollywood, and I'm very glad about that.
Yes, absolutely.
I have to figure out neuroses of my own life. I'm very sad about that.
What?
Nothing, just comparing my life to Hollywood. And I win, ah!
You know, when Terry Bellamy got elected, I wrote city council, and I was so serious about this. I said, why can't we go on top of one of these little mountains around here and put Asheville up there, like in the Hollywood side?
Oh, I wanted-
But
oh, no,
they
no,
do
no.
in Hollywood.
I
I
can-
thought that would be a really
No,
good
I figured
idea.
out how to do it, and the way here's how I figured out how to do it because I was in the parking lot over at Walmart, at the Walmart in the new fancy Walmart parking lot. And if you look over on the hill, they've built some apartment buildings over there, and they were the way they were putting that siding on them that is styrofoam, and they just had styrofoam in certain places. And it made this really good. One of them looked like an A. I mean, it came out sort of straight-sided and had a thing on it, and then a strip here. You see, and it made an A, and the rest of them were like jumbled. And I thought, wow, they should build like apartments that were all just alike, but they could make one that say A. And then it could say
That's
Ash. And that would be a balcony here and like a porch here, Ash, and then an H.
That's actually a very good idea.
H.
It makes sense.
The
I mean,
V, the
East
V would be a
Coast,
little
West
strange,
Coast.
but they could do the V.
Hollywood, Asheville.
I, L, and L would be real easy. The letters would be real easy to make, and there would be people standing on like balconies and having cookouts and stuff at their apartments
That's right.
in these letters.
Who would not want to live in the Asheville sign? That would be just so darn cool.
Yeah, so that's the third thing we've
very
come up
good idea.
with today. And we've put it so there's high def audio, right?
People are going to hit the street and
People will be on the streets starting tonight, and the numbers
right.
will double by
That's
tomorrow
right.
night. So I mean that's going to be enormous.
Right.
The city could also announce some kind of a sort of a contest, a worldwide contest for an architect to plan
right.
the Asheville
That's right.
building
You're
signs.
exactly right.
Good publicity.
So-
Except that
Yeah.
eventually you go through every single unified code leaphole and leaphole. What the
They
heck
should
is a
put
leaphole?
us on city council. We should be city council.
Well,
Well,
I
we
We would bring fun back to Asheville.
Have you noticed? Have you ever done this? And it'll be sometime late in the afternoon or something, and you come from the west side, from the east side, coming up to 240 into Asheville. You come up through the cut, and the most incredible sunset is happening over Asheville, and it's just like like no, I've never seen a photograph.
It does it justice.
I've never seen a photograph that does it justice. I think some things have to be painted in order to catch them. Do you know what I'm talking about?
do.
Have you seen that?
I do.
Oh, there's. I mean, I've seen it several times to where I almost just had to pull over. It was just, it's like I could not stop watching it and drive. Mm-hmm. You know.
I like watching the moon come over the back of Town Mountain.
And that's what I'm thinking is that if we could do that, if we could hang like the apartment building maybe on the other side of Town Mountain or something like that, so that people coming into town, they see it says Asheville, and then they come through the cut, and when they would say, "Wow, this place is special," you know. 'Cause, I mean, that's one thing. I mean, I've lived in a lot of places. I've lived in Miami, which frankly has a nice sunset and stuff. But
some beautiful buildings too.
but of all the places I've lived, I don't think there's any place that has consistently had as impressive a sunset as I've seen over Asheville, just time and time again.
I agree.
You know. And I also, while I'm at it, I have to say we have some very beautiful mountains around here that are just fantastic. We have these. So I've lived in very few places that were surrounded with as much beauty as are surrounded here. And we have the Blue Ridge Parkway, which is just awesome. And it just happens also that a good number of the people that are here are also nice. So, there are some good things about Asheville.
And it's got a kind of an interesting history too, with the Biltmore and the Depression and us not wanting to default on our loans and all of that stuff. So.
Well, we have several other things too. Did you know that we're kind of we were a bit of a leader in integration to at least to the point that, and I wish I could tell you who it was. One of the president's wives, what was her name? She was
Lady Bird?
No, way before that. Before you and I were born. I don't think it was Roosevelt. It was anyway. It was one of them. It was not Eisenhower. It was before Eisenhower. And anyway, so she was wanting to give some kind of a speech, and
Eleanor Roosevelt, maybe?
Maybe it was
Maybe
Eleanor Roosevelt, and she was going to give this speech, and she refused to give the speech anywhere where the audience was going to be segregated.
Oh.
So, and it turned out that where she could wind up doing it was the YMCA of Asheville, North Carolina. The YMCA of Asheville, North Carolina was totally integrated and allowed people of white and black both to come, and that's where she gave her speech.
I'll be done.
So I thought that was extremely progressive for its time. So and
especially for the being in the South.
Oh yeah, and then we were a southern city, but and now it could be that she was also giving speeches and stuff in the North. Maybe that was for North Carolina. That was the only place in North Carolina she could find. I think that was the story.
It's in that book, Asheville.
Probably is,
Yeah.
and the first woman doctor in the country was from Asheville, which is all that is really extremely progressive.
Yes.
It really is. Yeah. Y'all keep up this conversation while I pour some tea water around us.
Well, it's nice that we have a history of being sort of a little, liberal oasis in a very red state.
In a very relaxed atmosphere.
Red state.
A red state. Isn't that odd?
Yeah, it is, but it's kind of interesting. It's kind of neat. And I don't know that the state is all as red as it used to be.
Afi Malaguma.
Close.
They hung up again. That's all right.
They're just trying to sell you something. Pay them no matter.
Does Afe Almaguma mean
No,
something?
Afa,
Does it
Afa
mean
Mali
something?
Guma.
Afe
Afa
Afa
Mali Guma.
Maliguma.
Afa Mali Guma.
Is that
That's Afa Mali Guma. That's
It-
greetings in the unknown tongue.
in where?
In the
what?
unknown tongue.
In the unknown
I gotta
tongue.
leave. I got band practice.
Afa Mali Guma.
Bye. It was nice to meet you.
Good meeting you.
So what you're telling me is this is not a real language?
Okay.
There's a story.
Afa Mali Guma. It hung up on me.
I know, I think something's wrong with the phone.
No, there's nothing
I
wrong.
don't
Oh.
think so.
Okay, now here's how it works. Okay, my godmother. I should turn this off. That would be a good move right off the bat. I burned the bottom out of more of these things.
I do the same thing at home. I've done that many a time.
Okay, here's the story. My godmother, when she was, I believe, in high school, and she had a boyfriend that she was starting to see this guy that she liked a bit, and
Hello? See, it disconnects. I answer and it immediately disconnects. It doesn't even sound like anybody's on there.
so
I think they're playing tricks with us.
So anyway, she had noticed that her father had started answering the telephone funny, but he was a crazy old guy anyway. He was like in the military and stuff, and she had noticed he was answering the phone off from Guma. You know, this new way he'd start answering the phone. But also she had noticed that her new boyfriend had quit calling her. He'd not been calling her. So after a while, one day she ran into him and she said, "Why don't you ever call me?" He says, "I call you all the time." He says, "But I must have the wrong number or something." He says, "Some guy answers off from Guma." So that's what it is. Every time that this boyfriend would call, the father would answer, from Guma. And if the boyfriend would go, "Is Pat there?" You know, he go, you know. And he would continue to be that.
But if it was one of his poker buddies.
Oh yeah, he would speak English exactly. Mm-hmm. So that's
Okay, well let's test this thing out.
which thing?
What's that?
Plug it back in. I'm gonna go into.
Here.
I'm not plugged in at the moment.
Oh.
And let's see if it works.
Or you don't have to go anywhere.
Okay. Off you here you
Off. From Guma.
See, it's not working. I told
Something's
you.
wrong with
There's
the phone.
something wrong with that phone.
Oh, okay.
Something wrong with the
It's
phone.
disconnecting
Okay,
when
well,
people
here.
answer it.
Here, wait a minute. I'll disconnect it from here. Maybe it's the thing in the other room that's hooked up. Oh, I did,
No, it's not really
I did
here.
the wrong phone. Okay, try this.
Okay, it's connecting.
All right, call.
It's
Off your Malaguga. Can you
Okay.
hear me? Yeah, it's working now.
Okay, I just had to disconnect this other phone.
Okay, so if you're trying to call into the show, call back.
Give out the number. I have it written down somewhere, but I can never find it when I need it. So definitely give out the number. Is there a way to do that? 505-2806.
There you go.
There we go. But when I pulled my mic down, when they do that thing, there you go.
Hello? Off your Malaguga. No, it did it again.
Was that Jonathan?
Was that y'all? Did you hang up? No.
All right. Somebody call us again from the front office, see if it works.
okay. Hang on. Here I go.
Okay.
You answer this time.
All right. Now here's the thing. I want. Go ahead. I'm like way over it.
Off your Malaguga.
Hung up immediately.
It did.
Yeah, it's hung up. It's not working
Disconnected
right.
me immediately.
Something's wrong with the phone.
I'm
God.
sorry. Well, okay. Hang on.
I'm not cooperating as long as the U government is going.
That was an accident.
Hello? No, it hung up again.
All right. Here, try this. Do it again.
Hello? Hello? No, it's
No,
not
hung up
working.
immediately.
That time I didn't hang up and nobody said anything.
No, it's here.
We seem to be experiencing some technical difficulties.
So,
Oh, this was
Some.
dirty.
it's okay.
All right.
Bust out an old phone. I like functional
Hello?
old things.
Hello? No.
All right, now let me go see if they've got it turned on in the other room. Maybe they do.
Hello? 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 No.
You want to call?
Yes.
If you just press the green button twice,
Hello?
it should go. Yep.
Hello? Hello? No.
Green button twice will.
Hello?
Hello?
There, you're there. Okay.
Hey, cool.
Are you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here.
Woo!
I know you're from somewhere, doesn't
Technology loves me.
We'll see how long it lasts.
Mm-hmm.
We should be talking. Hello? Hello? That time I think they hung up. I heard it, but it sounded like that time they hung up. Hello? Hello? I don't know.
I'll call it.
I got through.
Yeah. What, just since I went away?
Mm-hmm.
Hello? John? Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone there? John, or is that you?
Mm.
No, it's you. I can hear. Say something.
Hello?
It's like you're in the distance somewhere. Has some of the other guys just called in?
Yeah, somebody's playing with us.
Hello? Would you like some tea? have a bit of tea, would you? Careful, cookie. Oh my gosh, Sandy's breathing heavy.
Hold it
What's
up
the
to
movie
microphone.
Freddy Krueger where the tongue comes through the phone and starts
Now,
licking you
Lizzie,
on
are you
me?
talking to somebody?
Hello?
She's got a
They
heavy
just hung up.
breather.
There was. John has a degree in physics, right? Hello. It's John.
Good.
Hey, are you there? You need to come back and man your show. Okay, bye.
He's ready for more tea. Oh, I think I'm gonna do half now.
It happened again, John.
Huh?
Hello?
I hear somebody.
Somebody's going, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. What? John's, what's the guy, the pleasure saucer guy? His show comes on at what time?
What's that?
2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, call back at 2.
2 o'clock in the morning. What time? What days? On.
Wednesday mornings at 2
Wednesdays.
a.m. It is
Wednesdays
so
at
not live, though.
Yeah.
It is so not live.
And they want to do their show, and all their calls are hanging up, turn off the little green switch and aid, and they can talk again.
Anything good in Mountain Express?
It's a new one. It's just getting up to speed.
I spend half my time involved in some form of technical
Yeah, I noticed that.
hoo-ha. Okay.
And your watchers want to see you.
Okay, now
Can you imagine what it's going to be like now? Just think about this. Like 20 years from now with URTV? Yeah, they'll be having like the People's Choice Awards or something on URTV 20 years from now.
It would be nice if,
We're having the
URTV
Ernie's Sunday.
What's the
is still
Ernie's?
vital and all 20 years from now.
Yeah.
What? Say it again. I'm sorry.
I say I would like it if 20 years from now URTV is still vital and.
I was hoping you were saying that we would all be vital.
Well,
Yeah.
I like that too, John.
You may well be. I'm a little questionable. It's questionable whether I'm vital now.
They're gonna have to put a stake through me. That's just the way it is.
Look at that. He has a TV set tattooed on his arm.
Who does? Oh.
He does, yeah. That's old. That's very old too. That was.
Okay, well,
And look, and with his own
And
face,
it's got
with
a
his own
smiley
face on
in
it,
my face.
with his face on it.
Face, not my face. Okay. Isn't this one? No, this one.
He got that long before URTV or any of that.
He knew he
Okay,
was.
would you like the story behind my tattoo?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a good one.
I can imagine it.
Okay. Now once more. The tattoo, I have two tattoos on this arm here. This one and this one. This one is somewhat off-center there, admittedly, that the TV with the lime green smiley face. And the smiley face and the TV were done at two different times.
I could
Years
tell that.
apart. Yeah,
Oh, was the smiley face first?
smiley
Yes.
face was first.
Ah.
Okay, now here's the story. Can you put me on, Switch the
Well,
camera.
I-
There we go.
Does that help you?
No?
Look. You can have that one or that one. Which one you want?
Or you can move the camera.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay,
How's that?
that's fine. I got the smiley face. That's easily more than 10 years old because I got that back when I was living in Connecticut. Here's a
did
fun
you used
fact.
to have two smiley faces, one on each arm?
No.
Okay.
Well, the one is I have a yin yang right here. But anyway,
It just looked like the yin yang could be covering another smiley face. It could
it's
be-
not. Fun fact: tattooing for many years was illegal in Massachusetts. Apparently, it is legal in It is finally legal in Massachusetts. Like within the past 10 years, after I moved to Asheville. But at the time, in the mid '90s, it was illegal in Massachusetts due to old Puritan blue laws. So there were people who were kind of underground tattoo artists who you can call them up, they'd come to your apartment and they'd tattoo you right there
And they
in
would
your apartment.
tattoo a smiley face on you.
Or whatever. Or whatever. They would tattoo
Quick,
you
can
in
you
your
come
apartment.
tattoo a smiley face on me? I don't know. We wouldn't want to get caught doing that.
You're distorting my
I'm
story.
sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Because quite literally, there are people that made pretty good money just going to people's living rooms or kitchens or whatever and tattooing them right there on the spot.
Was it legal to do that?
No, it was not. It was totally unlicensed, but whatever. People
Where was
did
that?
it. Massachusetts.
As little as 10 years ago.
Oh yeah. And there were people would literally set up tattoo parlors right on the other side of the
I see Google.
Massachusetts state.
It's,
I don't know. So, my roommate, a buddy of his from art school, was one of these tattoo artists, and he was kind of up and coming. He was still developing his skills, and he was apparently driving through Connecticut. Pat just closed the door. So, but he was driving through Connecticut because he had tattooed a friend of his in Connecticut, and he was just driving through, decided to randomly pop in on a friend at 2 o'clock in the morning. So he's knocking on the door at 2 o'clock in the morning. My roommate's asleep, but I'm still up, and I'm wasted. So I'm like, Noah, hey, what's up, man? You got your tattoo stuff? He was like, yeah, it's in the car. I'm like, bring it on up, give me a tattoo. And I was pretty wasted, so he asked me what I wanted, and I just said, just give me a green smiley face. It seemed like a good idea at the time. And, quite honestly, he wasn't really that great a tattoo artist yet, so I didn't want to ask him for anything complicated. It took a really long time. Like, the smiley face from this guy took longer than the TV from the dude in downtown Asheville. But, I paid him like $20 or something, and he gave me a lime green smiley face. And many years later, I'm looking at that and said, they've got to do something with that. So, went and had a TV put around it.
cool.
You put your smiley face on TV.
Yeah.
Do you have one? A tattoo?
No.
Oh my God.
Nor,
I have no tattoos.
Nor
No
piercing.
tattoos.
You got piercings?
Wow. Piercings.
I have
I got
piercings.
piercings.
I have ear
Yeah.
I
piercings.
have no piercings. I have no tattoos. Nor have I ever broken a bone.
I have broken a wrist.
Broken.
Oh, Adam's broken his wrist. Actually, I have a bump here. Perhaps there's some. Have you
You
ever seen?
have broken your wrist at some point.
Then, well, then it was just.
That's a good
It was
story.
just like last
Oh,
week
yeah.
or something.
Hey.
A couple
Are
of
you
weeks ago.
serious?
Yeah.
Is that a bone or is that
Yeah.
just
Well,
a
that's
bump?
what I. Well, you did figure out what it is.
Here, can you flex your hand? Does that hurt?
Well, my wrist hurts a lot all the time.
Oh,
No,
does
that
it
doesn't
really?
particularly hurt. No.
It hurts a lot all the time?
It has for years.
Wow.
Since actually the
Are you sure you didn't break it at some point?
70s. No, not to my knowledge.
I think you did, because if
Well, I
your
mean, this
bones
just
are-
popped up.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, you know, they shift around if they're broken in a certain
Yeah.
way. My wrist does shift a lot, and sometimes this bone
Well, maybe
here
that's why this has hurt
will
for so long.
stick out at a very weird angle. Sometimes this bone here will stick out, and Matt can like crunch my hand around and make it feel a lot better. He does that all the time, like readjust the bone.
Sounds scary to me, but you know.
Well, he's
I
never
trust you,
harmed
but-
me.
It's actually a little scary to me too, but
He's never harmed me doing it. It always feels good.
No, I totally trust you. I just don't trust Matt. So-
You think I'm the trustworthy one in this pair?
Oh yeah, no, I know. No, I know.
That's a good one.
I know. Isn't that good? That is good. That's how you get away with as much as you do, isn't it?
That's right.
That's right.
Innocent face.
I know.
Works.
I know it. I know it. Anybody who didn't know any better would just think you were Goldilocks or something, wouldn't they?
Yep. Got my 3 bears in the car.
Oh, wow.
I found a new music outlet. I found a new music outlet.
Ooh, outlet,
Yes.
corn.
Corn.
These are used.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nickelback and two Metallicas that I didn't bring. I think I was the only
Oh, what's this
person.
one?
That's the Sex and the City from Walmart.
that's Pat closing the door.
I know.
Whoa. Whoa.
Well, we could try to be quiet if we were bothering somebody, but we could just give up on that too.
Oh my god. Poor Heavy. Poor real Heavy.
It's too hot in here as it is. We're dying.
Where's the AC?
Turn it up.
You could always turn that light off.
Okay, flip that light off.
It'll cool down faster if you shut that.
But we'll
sucker
still
off.
leave the door open.
How's that?
What is the point of that light, I wonder?
I put it there.
What? Why? That one right there. Why? Like, what's the effect meant to be?
It helps. It helps that corner not be as dark.
Okay. I'm gonna flip it on and off
Yeah.
and stare at the.
Go ahead.
Does that make the blue screen effect more even or something?
It helps. Yeah. Or it helped the day I put it up. So
No.
here.
I was gonna ask
Wait a minute.
you.
Go back. Go back to what you were doing, and
Okay.
I'll put this really marginal. You might want to you might want to turn the camera a little bit so that it gets the corner over there.
I was gonna ask you.
Let's see which camera it is. This one. We'll do that camera. Okay. Well,
How long you got? Till 7?
not all the way to the top. Okay. All right. Let's see. Well,
I want to get a good look at that.
All right, there you go. Now, okay, no. Put it back normal. Put it back normal. Okay, now go switch the light and see if it makes any difference.
Okay.
I have a technical question.
Okay.
Can you use the Luma key? Is that what it's called?
Well, turn it off.
The Luma key.
Okay, wait a minute.
Is that what it's called? Luma key?
Turn it off. Okay, now turn it back on. No, you can't tell.
Oh, it's slight.
That's good. Whatever you just did there.
There's chroma key and luma key.
Right,
This is
okay.
chroma key. It's color.
Can you
The
use
col-
the Luma key to?
Please open the door.
Hmm?
Never mind.
Hang on. I was gonna put the camera back first.
Can you use the Luma key to make a blue screen effect into a green screen effect?
Hello?
Can
Stop
you
it.
use the Luma key to make a blue screen effect into a green screen effect? It is a whole lot cooler with the door open. I
Yeah,
have
it
to
is.
say.
I'm reading a guest commentary in the Mountain Express. There's a lot of stuff in this about the sale of Parkside land for the condominium. It's kind of a favorite stuff.
Parkside land.
Yeah, magnolia tree, all that there.
Okay.
Hello? Dear, I don't know. Maybe. No, it's not doing it now unless for some reason because it's in house and not out of house. No. Okay. It's fine here, but somebody's hanging out. Okay. Okay, dear. That was John.
Okie dokie.
Now, isn't that an illegal sale since it was
Probably.
deeded to the city in a will?
I literally just read 5 descendants of George W. Pack are suing Coleman. That's the guy that bought the deed, that bought the property.
They should be suing the city.
Yeah.
Is who they should be suing.
They should be suing the county, actually.
The county?
The county, because it's the county commissioners that sold it. City council actually just voted a resolution unanimously insisting that the county do something about it, either buy back the property, or